Now, I mentioned that the walls of the dwellings at Çatalhöyük are often treated with a plaster and then decorated with some kind of painted elements. This is the artwork that I want to show you next. Archaeologists and scholars, art historians, have referred to this as landscape with volcanic eruption. Question mark? Çatalhöyük. The question mark here. The question mark is because we understand that we are not from Çatalhöyük in that period, and so we can only make assumptions based on what we see, and it's a guess that this is a landscape with volcanic eruption. Now, this is a really pixelated, terrible image. It's the best I can find of the actual wall. However, like many archaeological sites and paintings on caves that are difficult to get a cohesive view of them, artists will often do these types of renderings or copies. So here we see an illustration that outlines what is on the wall that we just can't see very well when we're looking at the wall. So we're going to look at this. It's the same thing, just now on a flat two-dimensional surface with a clear outline of elements. So what we see here are some squared elements that are compressed together, stacked on top of each other in a close knit, and then behind that or above that, depending on how you read this, right? So we could think of this as being aerial, looking down at it, or maybe we're looking at it forward, backwards. Is this behind? Is this on top? Again, this is why we have this question mark here, because we're not sure how this was meant to be interpreted. But on a wall in Çatalhöyük, we have these squares that are compressed together, and then beyond, or there as well, I should say, it's kind of twin-peaked thing with this line of something and coming out of it. Visually, art historians think that this is Çatalhöyük, that this is one of the first paintings of a landscape. Those condensed squared spaces, don't they sound a lot like the settlement of Çatalhöyük? Yes, yeah. So are those the houses? And then the shape beyond with the two things and the lines coming out of it. Well, if we were to stand at the actual site of Çatalhöyük, dominating in the horizon line, or in the horizon, let me move over here. Dominating in the horizon is a mountain range called the Hasan Dağ mountain range. And from Çatalhöyük, the mountain range has these two distinctive peaks. These two peaks, in terms of geology, these two peaks are extinct volcanoes. Why would I lean in and tell you that? Well, look, those lines, these lines, is that smoke? Is that rumbling of an eruption? Now, we don't have specific evidence of an active eruption during the settlement of Çatalhöyük, but that doesn't mean that they wouldn't have been aware of it, or in their distant past, that this is an identifying element of that mountain. Oh, that mountain? Well, one time, long time ago, it spit out fire. And is that a way of then further identifying Çatalhöyük? Is that what we're seeing here? Is this a representation of the village? Is this how they identify themselves? The squares beneath the twin-peaked fire mountain. It's a fantastic thought, isn't it? It's a really simplified way of expressing a space, if we are interpreting it correctly. We could be completely wrong, and that's why there's that question mark there.